Hey guys, Shadow Soul Dweller here. Just a quick one before the start off the next video, so you have to forgive that it will probably sound like I'm introducing myself twice. I just wanted to give a shout out actually to another YouTuber. If you're watching this, it's somebody I guarantee you're gonna like his stuff. It's actually a guy I know called Miles. I'm gonna drop his link in the description video for this. The guy does some awesome videos and is really spot on the truth with a lot of his stuff. I really enjoy watching his content, so I'm hoping you guys will too. Obviously throwing some love and that support, and obviously hit that subscribe button. You'll be guaranteed throughout the next few years to be seeing some awesome content coming from him. So check out the box below, and I'll leave you with my video. I hope you enjoy and be well out there. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Looking Back with me, Shadow Soul Dweller, and today we're going to be covering a game actually that was released back in 2007, so it's not as old as some of the games that have been on this list, only by 10 years now. But still, for me, it's one of my absolute favourite games, as anyone that looks at my icon or follows any of my stuff will be able to tell. Basically, game brought out by Ubisoft. It originally started off as a DLC that was being developed in late 2005 for the old Prince of Persia series. If anybody remembers those, that'll be coming in from one of these videos as well, as I loved Prince of Persia. But in short, if anyone hasn't followed it yet, or from the name of the video itself, see, I'm talking about the original Assassin's Creed game. Now obviously this game came off the back of the DLC that was planned, Prince of Persia Assassins. Obviously that game ran into trouble as the franchise itself was running into trouble due to various problems inside Ubisoft, but the game eventually was pushed forward onto another market and was re-released as Assassin's Creed instead, after the game had been completely rebuilt, as the actual DLC for Prince of Persia was only in its very early stages when they scrapped the project to begin with. Now, the game set in 1191 during the Crusades, or the Holy War, whichever you prefer to call it. So it's a story where you play as an assassin, Altair, and basically he's part of the Assassin's Brotherhood, which is based on the real life assassins that actually existed in that time. The reason I was drawn to this game personally is the story between the Knights Templars and basically the story of the Crusaders, the assassins they actually had in the Middle East, and the Saracens is one of my favourite history topics, and I've got a bit of a soft spot for history really. So I picked it up actually about 6 months after it came out. Again, it's one of those games I saw it was on sale. I liked the idea of it, so I thought I'd give it a go. And I had very little idea it would actually go on to become one of my favourite games of all time, easily. I mean, literally as I sit here now, I can look across my room. I've got my collection of collectibles that I've got in my cupboard, and I've got my hidden blade, I've got my statues. It's just, I love Assassin's Creed. So anyway, on to the game. Obviously, the game was put on a much smaller budget, so it was quite basic, which is one of the complaints that some people had, that after you do certain parts of the game, it fast forwards. Now they did find a clever way around this. It's actually that there's a person in it called Desmond Miles who's put into a machine called the Animus. The Animus's job is to read genetic material and extract DNA data that contains memories. Same as a computer keeps memory files, the belief that a human brain can complete and hold memory files inside itself, which explains things like how babies know how to feed from birth, how birds know what to do the moment they're hatched, and you're like, basically they go back in time through Desmond Miles to try and find out where the Apple of Eden was through Altair, and you play the story through as both of them. In the first one, it's more you're playing as Altair and you just walk around as Desmond in between. It's not very exciting for the Desmond part. But yep, as a game, absolutely fantastic. I would recommend anybody who's played any of the other Assassin's Creed games to go and back and play this one to find out where it all started from. It will seem very simplistic, and bits of it will probably confuse you. Obviously, if you're used to the more advanced games, especially things like Black Flag, of going through all the later games from that point really. But this one had a very good original basis. One thing they did on this that I loved, that I don't think they've matched in any of the other Assassin's Creed games, is you're given your target and then you can just go after them. There is no do this, no objective point, no follow this. It's literally your targets there will put you in the rough area, and it's up to you to figure out how you're going to get to them, whether you're going to fight your way to them, sneak your way to them. It's just one of the things that really drew me into it. I mean, parts of the game, unfortunately, they do get very repetitive, but again, low budget game, I have to use the same basis because they couldn't stretch too far. Your basics are listening in on people's conversations, beating people, and paying people for information as well. And you repeat this process round and round until you get all the information you need to track down your targets. Obviously, the storyline is based around finding 9 people that are attached to finding the piece of Eden. I won't say more than that in case you do go to play this. I don't want to do any spoilers for you. But I'd say the climax of the game itself, if you don't already know the ending, is absolutely well worth playing. I'd repeat myself, but I loved it through and through. It was a game that won many awards at E3 when it was first announced. Basically, they won a visuals award. They won an award for great storytelling and the originality of the game itself as well, as it brought a lot of new concepts in that hadn't been used in games before, or if they hadn't been used on such a strong level to mainstream it. And at the end of the year, 2007, they also won another 13 awards for the game, which for a game that came from a DLC originally, I think speaks a lot for itself. As they have the awards, visually the game is very impactful. The scenery is absolutely beautiful. My favourite town in it is you go to Damascus, which was a city. Damascus is particularly an amazingly beautiful grafted town there. They went out there and actually took the real locations and used photographs, etc., to then get the look they wanted for everything, and it worked out perfectly. Storyline wise, again, really strong but very simple storyline, keeps you going a little bit and keeps you guessing as well, and you see how Altair's character develops throughout the game. And in that old school approach to things, it is one of those games, you start off with everything, you lose everything, and then as you progress through the game you gain more abilities, you gain back your equipment, etc. See, if you play the game you'll find out why it's done that way. Again, it was nice that a game actually bothered to explain and put you into that situation instead of just going, oh, here's everything, and then just taking it all away from you. Basically, that's Assassin's Creed in a nutshell. It is a finding game. You spend your time running around climbing. There's loads of collectibles in the game as well, especially these flags that you have to collect. And obviously you've got your targets to assassinate. You've got to figure out which way around to go. Your main weapons are obviously your sword. There's a lot of combat in the game. I said if you play Prince of Persia, very similar to the style of combat with that. And also obviously you've got the Hidden Blade, which is the notorious weapon of the Assassin's Creed series. But I would say for me as a game, this was personally an absolute 5 out of 5 for me. But if it's realistically, it is a 4 out of 5 because obviously there was bits they missed out due to lack of budget, etc. So they had to fast forward and that, and there is that bit of repetitivity in it. But I still find personally, play wise, it's very easily replayable. You can go back to it and play it again quite easily. It's just one of those great games that sometimes where simplicity is much more better than trying to throw a crap load of things into a game together, which, you know, the last Assassin's Creed game they tried to do that with was Unity, and anyone that's played Unity will know that that's proven itself that doing it that way just does not work. Right, well, that's everything for Assassin's Creed. Also guys, I'm going to be dropping in again, going back to doing some top 10 videos. I'm moving on now to doing weekly content. We will get one looking back video and one top 10 brought out to you guys every single week. So if you don't mind, hit that subscribe button and keep yourself up to date. Obviously my reviews are still going to be coming as well. I've got Assassin's Creed Origins coming as a review later on next month, but before that I'll be doing a review for Shadow of War, the Lord of the Rings game, as that's coming out on the 10th, and I'm really excited about that. So let me, you guys, give me what you know, what you think of Assassin's Creed itself, and obviously what you might think for the new one as well. I'm always interested to hear what people are thinking, so stay tuned and I'll see you out there.